All right, so this is the info session for our global health minor here at UCLA. Welcome. My name is Olivia Gonzalez, and I am one of the global health advisors. And our other advisor is Yumi Kinoshita. She is an undergraduate advisor for our global health programs, as well as our graduate programs in international and area studies. And I'm also the advisor for international area studies majors and minors. So if you're ever interested in studying a specific region of the world, you want to learn more about that, come talk to me. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our presentation. So we're going to go over the minor as a whole, the requirements, how to declare the minor, common questions that we get. We're going to talk about student opportunities and how that can be applied towards the minor, like course credit. We're going to show you the website and wrap up with some questions if you guys have any left. So hopefully you've had a chance to look at our website, but a lot of this information is pulled directly from that. But basically, we do offer our global health minor at UCLA. We currently do not have a major or graduate programs at UCLA for global health. We just have our undergraduate minor. And it's a great minor. It's very broad and interdisciplinary, which is what attracts students to the minor. So you are studying different issues of health on a global scale and from an interdisciplinary perspective. So we'll talk about the type of classes and which departments you get to take classes in. You study health implications of globalization, and you're also looking at basically the effects and challenges from institutional and economic, logistic, legal, social, artistic challenges facing global health solutions. So again, really in a nutshell, the global health minor is studying the different diseases, illnesses, environmental health issues, policies all around the world. It does include the US, but it's not just specific to US issues and policies of health and public health. It's looking at that, but also looking at it from a much broader and global scale. So more specifically, you're studying health equity and inequities around the world, studying different systems of healthcare in some cases, looking at how cultural, social, environmental factors affect health equity, looking at how global health is, how global health kind of can be impacted in certain communities and cultures around the world. So you might be taking some classes in different, focus on different ethnic studies, cultural studies and populations. So again, really looking at global health disparities and inequities around the world. Our students take classes from a variety of different departments outside of global health. So this is what's called a minor that is interdepartmental. So that means the majority of your classes actually come from outside of the global health department itself. We have a core class and we offer some upper division elective classes. However, the bulk of your classes are coming from other departments such as psychology, public health, in some cases statistics, community health, gender studies, psychiatry, ethnic studies, international and area studies, international development studies, MCD, molecular cell and developmental biology, and a lot more. So when you look at the minor checklist, you'll see there's classes from so many different departments. And again, that's probably the number one factor and reason why students are attracted to the minor. Specifically for this upcoming year, we are, for fall, offering a selected topics class. Due to unforeseen circumstances and unfortunate circumstances, we did change the topic fairly last minute. And so we have an instructor, Lara Vu, who is teaching our Global Health 160, which is going to be focused on UN Sustainable Development Goals and Solutions, a path toward more equitable and healthy world. So a lot of our students enjoy our selected topics classes because that usually is very kind of specific to some aspect of global health. And so students really enjoy the professors and the instructors that we have teaching those classes. Winter, what's being planned is our Global Health 100. It's our core class. So the minor, what you'll see in the next slide is it's 2 lower division classes and 5 upper division classes total. One of those 5 upper division classes must be Global Health 100. So you just have to take that to like before you graduate to finish the minor. But so that's a core class. And then Global Health 191 is Sociology of Global Health. And the other Global Health 191 that we're offering, those are seminar classes, is Health Equity and Social Justice for Most Marginalized Groups, a Global Perspective. In spring of 2024, we have not set that topic class yet, so that's to be determined. And then for summer 2024, we are also planning to offer Global Health 100. So Global Health 100 is typically offered in the winter and summer terms, but we will always kind of post that information on our website, and we will notify our students who are on our list serve. Okay, so as I mentioned, the minor requirements are 2 lower division prep classes. And when you look at our minor worksheet, we have a list of options. It includes things like you could take either Stats 10 or 13. If you took an AP Stats, you can email us and we can take a look at it and see if that can be subbed in place of the Stats 10 or 13. However, you would want to consult one of our advisors about that. And then there's some other options that you can choose from for the preps. So 2 prep classes, which are lower division. And then you also have to do Global Health 100. Again, that's our core class. And then you choose 4 upper division global health theme electives. Our themes are in a variety of different areas at the upper division level. So we have community health theme, environmental health theme, a policy theme, statistics theme, society and cultural health theme, and there's some others. So you can take classes from a variety of different theme areas, and we do restrict students to only 2 from any one theme area. So keep that in mind. And then you also must maintain at least a 2.0 GPA. For students that are interested in declaring, you don't have to meet with a global health advisor ahead of time. You can simply look at the minor requirements, look at the prep requirements, and if you've completed those and you have a minimum 2.0 GPA and you have an established UCLA GPA, that's not on there, but you do have to have at least a UCLA GPA, then you can move forward with submitting your minor declaration petition, which is on our Global Health Minor website. I'll show you that website in a little bit. It can take 2 to 3 weeks for processing, for your application to be reviewed, and then for us to confirm via email if that gets approved or denied. If you have the preps and the minimum requirements to declare, and you can complete the minor within your time to degree, then there shouldn't be any issues with declaring the minor. Now, one caveat to that is if you are pursuing a major outside of our college. So for example, if you're in architecture or nursing, and you want to do the global health minor, any major outside of our college that wants to do our minor must go through your college's protocol and procedures for declaring our minor. So every college department is a little bit different, so you would want to work with your major advisor first. Okay, we get a lot of frequently asked questions. So I'm going to go through some of those, and hopefully, if you do have questions here, you can feel free to unmute yourself. So you can overlap classes with your major, but there is a limit. So at UCLA, all minors must have at least 20 minor exclusive units. So that's looking at your lower division classes and your upper division classes and all of those units combined. And as long as you have and will have 20 minor exclusive units between the lower division and upper division, then you would have room to overlap classes. So typically, not for all students, but in a lot of cases, we need 7 classes to complete our minor, our 2 lower division and the 5 upper division total. So that's 7 complete for the minor. Typically, students can overlap about 2 classes with our minor and their major, but if you want to be sure, then of course you can either send us an email or make an appointment and talk to one of our advisors. GE courses and honors courses do not affect your overlap units. So for example, if you took International and Area Studies 1 for your prep and it's counting for GE, as long as it's not counting for your major or any other major or minor that you have, then that's fine. You can overlap with GE as much as you want. You can overlap with honors as much as you want. There's no restrictions with that. And I already mentioned we have different theme areas for your 4 global health upper division electives. You can take up to 2 classes from any one theme area. And global health is typically offered in winter and summer. Please send me your email directly in the Zoom chat so I can make sure you're added to our email list, because if for some reason it's not going to be offered in the winter or summer, we will notify students on our email list and we will post it on our website. And another question we get from students is, again, kind of going back to the idea that we are interdepartmental. We have classes that our students take in public health, sociology, psychology, classes that are not technically ours in global health. And we do not have any sort of special priority for our students to get into those classes. So when students are looking for classes, a lot of the times, in the first round or in the first enrollment pass, restrictions may be applied. So you may not be able to get into those classes outside of global health in the first pass. But in a lot of cases, in second enrollment pass, departments will lift that restriction. So you should be able, most of the time, to get in. But some classes do have restrictions that they won't remove and they stay. But for the most part, our students are able to finish the minor with no issues. Okay. And some other questions that we get, the college does have a minor policy that you have to have 20 upper division units for a minor, so just in general. This usually comes up when a student tries to enroll in a 3-unit global health upper division elective, such as like nursing C155. That happens to be a 3-unit upper division class. And so that could be problematic for students trying to complete our minor, because that means you would definitely have to take a 5-unit upper division class to offset that. Again, we have 5 upper division classes that you have to take for our minor. And if those are each 4 units, which most classes at the upper division level for our minor are 4 units, then that would meet the 20-unit policy, but just be mindful of that. And if you have questions, come talk to us. There's no set deadline to apply for the minor, but we do encourage students to declare sooner rather than later. So as soon as your preps are done, you can declare. You do not need Global Health 100 to declare the minor, and you can take upper division classes before you even take the prep classes. So if you get into an upper division global health elective, that's great. But if you don't have the preps done, we still can't declare you. So you do have to have the preps done in order to be officially declared. And a lot of the times for like Global Health 100 or any of our global health upper division electives, we will restrict to our own declared students in the first enrollment pass. And then in the second enrollment pass, we will oftentimes lift those restrictions to non-declared global health minor students. If you're interested in studying abroad, which I'll talk about in a few slides, we have a pretty friendly policy when it comes to supporting students to go abroad and having them take classes to be applied towards our minor. You do have to get the topics pre-approved. That's recommended. And as long as the classes transfer back as 4 units upper division, then there shouldn't be an issue. But we will want you to submit a course petition through our website. So that way we have record of it, and that way it's kind of in writing and verified. Okay, and commonly if you ever come across a student getting denied, it's typically because you can't complete it within your degree expected term, or you don't have certain minor requirements completed. So there's that. I'm going to stop sharing for just a second to see if anyone has questions about what we covered so far. Requirements, process to declare, frequently asked questions. Can you think of anything? We're going to talk about like opportunities like our global internship programs, study abroad in a few slides, but I just wanted to check in with everyone. No, we're good. We're good. Thumbs up. Okay, cool. All right, we'll keep it moving. Okay, so here at UCLA, there are a variety of ways you can study abroad. One way is through UC Summer Travel Study. Another is through UC EAP. That stands for UC Education Abroad Programs. And then there's non-UC programs. So today I'll touch on UC Summer Travel Study and UC EAP. Those are going to be the most kind of friendly when you're looking at taking classes abroad and potentially having those classes count for example, towards the minor. So UC Summer Travel Study, if you're not familiar, those are basically, obviously, summer term. They're UCLA classes that are being led by UCLA faculty. You're going abroad and you're taking our classes with our faculty abroad. And if it's already an approved class, so for example, if it's a summer travel study program for global health, and it says it's going to count for our minor already, you know that you're enrolled in the class here over summer, but you're taking your class abroad, and it's going to count for a specific requirement for the minor. So that's pretty much already determined. You don't have to do a course petition for those cases. But if we're not offering a global health UC summer travel study program, your next option would be UC EAP. And UC EAP programs are sometimes in the summer. We've got quarter-long, year-long programs. So there's hundreds of programs you could look at all over the world. And this is where you're actually taking classes at a foreign university. You're living there, you're taking classes there. And in those cases, you would need to have the course topics pre-approved through our department if you want them to potentially count for the minor. So I've been doing this a lot lately. We have students that are currently abroad right now, and they're like registering for classes at their abroad universities, and they're like, will this class count for the minor? Is this topic, similar enough? And again, as I mentioned, we try to be really study abroad friendly. Our minor is housed within the International Institute, which is a big advocate for international studies and international research and focus. So, of course, when you're taking a class that has, you're studying epidemiology or disease in London or Tokyo, within reason, something like that would very likely get approved. And then there's non-UC programs, which it's still possible to get course credit, but again, the main thing is getting the topics pre-approved and really ultimately working with study abroad office to see how classes typically transfer back here. We do not articulate units or credits, nothing like that. We're simply just looking at topics and applicability towards the minor. So we also at UCLA offer global internships. So this is really cool because as of the pandemic, they started offering virtual global internships in addition to the in-person, which is kind of back as opportunities now. So global internships, you are interning with an organization or a company abroad for academic credits. And you work with the instructor of the class to ensure that the topic that you're focusing on and maybe your paper, your research is focused on something related to global health. So that way you could potentially get course credit for that. Again, that's a course petition process. But If it has something to do with global health, then we'll try to be as supportive as possible. Internship placements are typically about 8 weeks long, and this is only for academic credit. So they're not paid global internships, they are unpaid. For summer 2024, they're looking to have in-person and virtual internship placements. So the next slide shows you some examples. Hold on, there we go. Global internship examples. We had a student that was doing one in South Africa, working with maternal infant childcare. That was a really wonderful opportunity. Another student in Vietnam who was focused on accessible and equitable health education for the deaf or otherwise disabled. And then in London, we had a student focusing on examining a non-POC, low socioeconomic community and the universal healthcare system benefits. So really great opportunities. And we offered a specific global internship in La Paz, Bolivia. And we offered it in summer 2023. It went really well. So the goal is to hopefully offer it again for summer 2024. The info session has not been set in terms of the date and time, but it's looking like it will tentatively be on Monday, October 23rd. If you want more details about date, time, and modality of that info session, it would be posted on the Global Internships website, probably within the next week or so. And in La Paz, our students are working in clinics or hospitals or NGOs, attending weekly lectures. This program does have a language requirement, and so that's something else to keep in mind. This one specifically, you need to be at a certain level of Spanish. But it's good to know, because if this is something you're interested in doing in the future, you can start working on your language now, so that way you can keep your options open for later. But that's a really great opportunity. All right, so this is our contact information. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing and then see if there are any questions. But I would like to show you a few things on our website, because our website is something we spend time updating and trying to provide you with the most kind of up-to-date information. So let's see. That's our website. Is Emma still on? Emma, did I hit that for La Paz, for Bolivia? Hopefully I did. Hopefully she's still there. The goal is to expand and offer some more opportunities, fingers crossed, but these things take a lot of time and planning and coordinating with the sites there, and then sites here, and then our office here. And so it does take a while for these programs to be established and then to hit the ground running. But I know they're looking to expand for global health, because we have a lot of students who are just interested in having these experiences, and students who are also like pre-health, pre-med, pre-public health. And so being able to work in clinics and work hands-on in medical facilities, like those are opportunities that our students are really attracted to, and there's a desire, there's a need for that for our students. So definitely interest. So I know they're looking to expand. Okay, I'm going to show you a few things on our website and then we'll wrap it up. So this is our main website. I put the link in the chat. And if you go to prospective students, this is where you would kind of go through the checklist of, do you meet the requirements to declare? And if everything looks good and you've read through this, you can click on that button, and it's a My UCLA form for submitting the petition to declare the global health minor. Under program, under minor requirements, there's a worksheet. So you can click on that and it will show you the minor requirements. So our lower division prep, you could see all of the classes that are approved. And then at the upper division level, those are all of the upper division electives. Now, each quarter, we go through the schedule of classes when it becomes available. And about 1 week after the schedule of classes is available to students, on our website, we will post what's called a course list. Some departments do this. We definitely do it because it's super helpful for us and it's very helpful for our students. So as an example, if you were to click on the Fall 23 course list and scroll down, this is a list of all of the courses that are being offered in that term that will count for the global health minor, and we list for which requirement. So when it says community health, that corresponds with the community health theme. As you remember, there's different theme areas. You could take 2 classes from any one theme area. So you can click on the class. It takes you to the live schedule of classes. You can see information about the class, description, if it's open, how many units. And we also put additional classes on our course list that are not found on the worksheet. So if you're working off of the course list and you enroll into a class such as International Development Studies 160, it counts for the globalization development theme, and you look on here and you do not see it listed under 160, right? But it's on our course list. So it will count. We will accept it towards that theme area. And if it says substitution needed, that means an advisor needs to manually substitute the class into your DART. So how do you get that done? That's simple. You don't need to make an appointment for that. You can simply send us an email at undergrads@international.ucla.edu. It's on our website. Send us an email with your name, your ID, and the class that you need to have updated on your DAR for the global health minor. And that's it. So again, the course lists are very helpful for our students and saves you a lot of time when you're looking for classes. If you are petitioning, whether it's a class that is being offered here at UCLA and you're wondering if it would count for the minor, or you're looking at studying abroad and you want pre-approval of your course topics, you can submit the petition form here. It's also a My UCLA form, and you do need at minimum a course description, but preferably a syllabus to help kind of expedite the process. And it can take a few weeks to review that. So under our study abroad tab, we have the different opportunities that I went over earlier for studying abroad. And then we do have a database. I will say it's a little bit dated, but you could take a look at previous countries that students have gone to and where they attended and which class they took there. Either way, we still want you to submit a course petition for each class that you want to take and get credit for our global health minor. But this gives you an idea of the types of classes we have previously approved, right? If it's infectious diseases, if it's psychology and global health, like those are classes that the topics we would be pre-approving for you. Okay, let's see. I think that's pretty much it. We do have a FAQs section, which is a lot of what I covered already. Our contact information is listed here. You can send us an email. We do have appointments through My UCLA. I will forewarn you and let you know that for September and October, advising appointments are limited and primarily offered virtual right now. I actually will be transitioning out of this role, and there will be a new global health advisor stepping in. So just kind of putting that on everyone's radar. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the information that I can share with you right up front. If you have more specific questions, you can feel free to send us an email or schedule an appointment. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing and stop recording, and then